And a very special good afternoon, Antigua and Barbuda. It's midweek Wednesday. And of course, with me, of course, is Josh Annette Francis, teacher and founder of the Good Humans 268 Inc. And it's so many things she has to talk about. And now we have a display. Can we see that display at the back of me? Is it in camera? Okay. Good. Miss Francis, welcome. Always good to have you. And here's hoping that, of course, all the information that you need to disseminate to the world about this and other stuff, we're on. We go. Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
My pleasure.
The display behind of you is the loveliest flag in the world.
And if it's Antigua flag, it is.
Yes, the best flag ever. And our team has been able to make it from just about 789 bottle caps that we've all individually.
Wait, say those are bottle caps?
Yes, it's bottle caps.
Wow, go ahead.
So David,
No, if I know I'm not an alarmist. I don't know. I know now because you told me.
So they are bottle caps.
You know what I thought they were?
What?
You know the ladies that knit things?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There's a lady when you're going down English Harbour that has the flag knitted.
Okay.
And these are bottle caps.
But this is huge.
And that is so it's not the smallest one that we have. We have one that is smaller, and then we have two of them that are 2 times the size of this one.
You kidding me?
Yeah, so
and
we
it's
have
all bottle caps?
all bottle caps.
Wow, talk to us.
And the idea is to break a Guinness World Book record with strategically.
You in this Guinness World Record, you ain't try to break it anyhow you can, right?
So
anyhow you can, Miss Francis, you gonna break this record.
I want to break 50 of them, Dave. I don't want to break one. I want when people think of Good Humans 268, recycling and how we're changing the world. I don't want to be no mediocre. That doesn't pick up 2 bottles. No, they had 2 Guinness World Book record, don't they? That is the vision that I want.
Good.
When you're thinking of us, it's not gonna be no little thing. So this particular flag was in the airport for Art Week. And
okay.
I know, like big things happen, wow, And we are going to create all of the Commonwealth country flags. So we have Antigua and Barbuda. So now we need to create 55 more flags.
And the bottle caps?
From bottle caps.
And this is just the beginning.
And this is just the beginning.
And when is the event in Antigua?
So the event is November the 4th, November the 1st to the 4th.
Okay.
So the idea is, I want you to envision it. The beauty that's behind of you. We have all 56 flags made. They are actually stuck on a plyboard for stability. Each flag is going to take we're going to cut each plyboard in 2. We're talking about 30 plyboards laid out on a piece of land with thousands of bottle caps. So when you're flying home, when the delegation is coming home,
they can see it
from the sky.
Okay.
You're gonna see it.
Okay.
So it's not no regular shegula, you're just doing it random.
What's regular? Who shegula?
Regular shegula.
You come up with some names, regular shegula. Go ahead, Miss Francis. Go ahead.
So the idea is that each flag will be made by students, because our recycling program is in the schools, and then the idea is to keep advancing what we're doing, keep getting students excited about recycling, and just also showing that the bottle caps can create magic. So the bottle caps are not painted, they're actually that original color. So the red is Coca-Cola, the black is Coca-Cola, the white is Coca-Cola, the yellow is Punch soda, and the blue is Oasis.
That's some creativity. So that's not paint.
No, that's not paint.
The color of the caps.
That is the color of the caps.
Wow.
So the idea is to get students excited about recycling at each school and let them know we're going to be collecting all of their bottle caps. So we now have the bins in the school, and the idea is to give each school some miniature bins so that they can fill them with bottle caps, so that when they're creating the different flags, they can see. Because again, I would say to anybody, when I was speaking to Georgia from Sandals Foundation, she thought they were painted. I'm like, no, they're not painted, Georgia.
I thought so too. Based on the information that you send me.
They're the actual color of the bottle caps. So if again,
how do you figure that out?
So we have been doing this for 3 years now, and the idea I will say to anybody is, yes, you struggle, the best time in your life. My prayer to God is really at this point, which He has really answered my prayer. I would like you to stop giving me ideas when I'm tired, stressed out, overwhelmed, and just a ball down the place. Please give me the idea when I'm happy.
Okay.
and our team hasn't been paid for the last 15 months. And this was one of the ideas that we came up with. Guinness World Book Record is because of that. So I remember sitting in John Hughes, and Naomi, myself, and Trisha, we're uncorking the bottles because we're sorting. I'm like, how do we make money from what we're doing? And we're there saying we could probably do a tourist attraction. I'm like, but why are people going to come to us? And then we say, if we do a Guinness World Book Record, then we now have a reason for people to come to us. And then I said, but if we have one is nothing. But if we have 50, it becomes a part of Antigua and Barbuda's culture that we have turned waste into something magnificent. So last year for Global Recycling Day, we did an unofficial attempt for the long.
My first question to you: when did you realize that the colors that you're using we don't have to paint it to get a flag? But what happened to the other flags that don't have those colors? So
the flags, if we don't have the color, we're gonna paint the white buttercups.
Okay.
That particular color.
Okay.
And we're hoping. So at this point, there are actually lots of different colors. The yellow is apparently, please donate all of your punch soda bottles because we don't have lots of yellow. We have lots of white and we have lots of blue, but we don't have lots of yellow. I need yellow because the plan for Global Recycling on the 18th is to make a mega flag, and I don't know if I have enough yellow to make the
appeal to them again.
So may I beg some points. So
how do we get it to you?
So we have recycling bins at all 80 schools on island. So I will say, and I just want to ensure that I always say on any interview going forward, I do apologize to the community in John Hughes in particular, because that is the community we're currently operating from. And the plan has not been going as planned. And I want to publicly say that failure isn't an option. So while the plan isn't smooth and we are not looking for fame, we're not looking for glory, the idea is to truly transform the lives of individuals with disabilities. So when we started this program back in 2023, we had our pilot in January, and we had 4 bins at All Saints Secondary, and then Jeff Small Grants and Sandals Foundation gave us $98,000. And just for information purposes, how grant funding works, they give you the money, however, you have to match what they give you. So our match would have been the Plastic Free Initiative. So we would have collected the bottles from the school. I want people to visualize it. We're not charging the schools, but the revenue we would generate from the bottles, we would have been able to pay our team, pay for additional transportation, pay for gloves, pay for garbage bags. And any organization that has grant funding, it doesn't cover staff and it doesn't cover some proportion. So when we wrote our proposal, the idea was we would turn over the bottles and generate revenue. That has not materialized because we started our program. Exact date is September 2023. The Plastic Free has closed December 2023, and since then we've been in negotiations with the government. In December, when we went to them, because the program is closed, maybe we need to close down our program, and we were told no need to close down your program. We're gonna open back in February. So February the 13th, 2024. And if you go on our Instagram, I feel like Instagram is easier than Facebook. Or even if you go on our Facebook page, Facebook, Instagram, or YouTube, we actually just posted the...
Simmons, you have to show me how to get an Instagram. I see this thing all over my phone. I don't know the thing about it.
You're going to need to go on Instagram.
No, go ahead. I was just Miss Simmons there, so she's my tech with the phone. She knows all my business. Go right ahead.
We've literally just posted a throwback of the actual day. So myself, and there were like maybe 30 or 40 of us in John Hughes, and we had the ribbon cutting ceremony.
But everybody on this program is from John Hughes?
No.
Oh, okay.
So I'm just going to show you the picture. So that's myself in the middle there, and then there's the camera can see. If you go on our Instagram,
up to the camera, they can see.
And then we have Sir Honorable Malwin Joseph, we have the Governor General, and we had a representative from Jeff also. And what we were doing is we were initially upgrading that. It's the start of the program, and they said to us, "Don't close your program. We're gonna reopen our program in June." So we continue, the school year ends, and then we go through negotiations. I'm like, okay, we've now collected. So I want people to ensure they visualize for a whole school year, we collected and we never moved anything. So it was just coming and stockpiling. And then we went back, and then we had lots of negotiations this summer, and we said to them, like, we have no money to continue. We're going to close down the program. And they said to us, don't close the program. And that was backed with 60,000 Eastern Caribbean dollars. And the idea was we would begin turning over our bottles and we would generate revenue. From that $60,000, we were able to pay our staff, pay for transportation, pay some of our creditors. However, when we were paid for September 15th, September 30th, and October 15th, plus all of our creditors, the money done. And we haven't been paid since. So in the struggle, in the times of tears and tiredness and be like, this doesn't make no sense, we thought of a Guinness World Book record. And this is one of the records. So now...
It looks beautiful on the telly.
It looks lovely.
Okay, good. All right, good. To my eyes, it looks... I'm just fascinated about the fact, because I thought it was paint. And when you, of course, just expose the whole thing, it's actually the cap's colors.
Correct.
That's creativity
at its finest. And there are lots of countries that we don't need to paint the buttercup cover. So for the 56 individuals need to understand. So for like Jamaica's flag, we won't need to paint the buttercups. For St. Lucia, we will not need to paint the buttercups. For Jamaica, for Trinidad and Tobago, we will not need to paint the buttercups. And the idea, some of the flags have some nice symbols on there. I am going to be... If we don't use stickers, we're actually going to paint them on. And all 56 flags, I just want you to envision 30 plyboards on a field. You're flying home and you can see all of them. And the current Guinness World Book record is they made a buttercup sculpture with 157,000 buttercups. And I have 1 million bottles sitting in John Hughes. So I know for sure I can beat that record. It's just now about sorting the contents and removing the caps and washing them and then turning something from waste to art to something that has never been done in the world. 'Cause nowhere in the world has this. So this puts Antigua and Barbuda on the map.
Let's work it out. We gotta take a commercial break.
Your car ain't moving if your engine won't.
Battery Engineering Limited. We sell batteries with enviable credentials. AC Delco brand, the only choice for General Motors USA. Yuasa brand, the choice of Toyota, Nissan, Mitsubishi, Honda, Subaru, and Mazda. Designed for cars with charge control and start-stop technology. Get up to 24 months warranty. Shouldn't you use the brands that top automakers choose and not the brands they refuse? Go now to Battery Engineering Limited, Independence Drive, St. John's, Antigua. Telephone 461-1629 or WhatsApp 720-2281. We sell the brands automakers choose.
Battery Powers, what you need.
Sculpt your true reflection at Julie's Rain. Controlled from non-surgical butt lifts and fat melting to laser hair removal. We do it all. Find us at Shop 7 Santana Building on Valley Road beside Tyndall Seventh-day Adventist Church. Give them a call at 780-7150 to book your visit today. Give them a call. Wow, they do a lot of stuff. Non-surgical too.
Bank in the better. Where do you go when you need someone to trust? Caribbean Union Bank, you know you can count on us. Bank in the better way. Dreams to goals we understand. Together we'll rise hand in hand, empowering you come what may. Bank in the better way. Here for you with no delay. Bank in the better way. Choose CUB today. Bank in the better way. Banking with CUB, your life will improve, and that's our guarantee. Bank in the better way.
CUB Cares. Bank on us. Give us a call today at 481-8278.
The Color Express Paint Shop is pleased to announce our latest promotion. Enjoy 20% discount across our entire range of paints, including premium floor, roof, oil, and water-based options. Need a prime? Pick up 5-gallon pail of Universal Primer for as low as $245. This offer is valued through the 28th of February. Our team is dedicated to your project success. Come and see us. Contact us at 562-8623 or 734-2657 for more details. The numbers again are 562-8623 or 734-2657 for more details. At the Color Express, we work with you.
Observer Radio's Voice of the People gives you, the people, an opportunity to sound off on the hot button issues that affect our nation. Questions, answers, discussions, and more every Monday through Friday from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Observer Radio 91.1 FM. This is Observer Radio.
Stay locked to Connecting with Dave Lester Payne, right here on Observer Radio 91.1 FM.
We're looking for the Global Recycling Day. Of course, it's Logo, and we're trying to beat the record. Of course, not just any record. And Miss Francis, the starting lady, she started all. Where are we as far as time is concerned for you to get these things completed by the conference?
So the idea is to... We're waiting on the government also in that regard. So there's a little waiting period, but it will be done November the 1st. Just putting it out there.
But that's our Independence Celebration Day.
Correct. So the idea is to have it done before. So it needs to be done latest September the 15th. But you can't wait till September the 15th. You have to begin the prep and ensure that we sensitize the public. And even the placement of the flags is very important because we want people to be able to go and see them. So yes, we want people to fly home, but we want the locals to be able, because one thing I hate about Antigua sometimes is that we think it's just about tourists. It's going to be beautiful from the sky, but we want to ensure the location that we select, individuals will be able to go and just experience the beauty of not just our flags, but all of the flags, and just see the creativity and the work that students would have put in. And I am excited about the final product, and it is going to be, we might not be able to, also for context, Guinness World Book Records, because we need to break them so we're known globally. But it's going to cost us $16,000 US per record. So the idea is that we want to do test drives before any record. So that when somebody does decide to invest in one, it's not a situation that if we break it, it's how long did it take us to do this? How many moving parts were there? What are the possible logistical issues that we could have? Hence, doing an unofficial attempt for Global Recycling Day. And the idea is for every Global Recycling Day coming forward, we're going to do one of the 50 records that we want to break. So during that period, we're going to be doing logistics. So we have sent the initial email to the schools, and the idea is to get students to come, and we're going to be outside of the stadium. That's where we were last year. So anybody who knows of us, that is exactly where we're going to be this year. We will arrange for the school bus, so the students will be able to come. They're going to be able to help sort the covers, wash them, and then they can go and stick them on the board. At this junction, the initial idea was to do the Trogam logo. So the logo that Chanel Imhoff would have designed for Trogam, the idea is to do that from bottle caps. So we already have a flag that we did for Art Week, and that flag is on 2-ply boards, so that's 16 by 16 feet. And the idea is to do a Trogam logo. So we would place those strategically now. So you would have the Antigua flag on one side, and then you'd have the Trogam logo on the other side. We just received communication today that we might just do a mega Antigua and Barbuda flag, because it might be a regional activity and not just an Antiguan activity. Because one of the regional NGOs, they reached out to us and they're like, we love the idea of what you're doing. Can we get it done across the different countries? And I said to the young lady, yes, we can, because if Global Recycling Day and all of our Caribbean nations are talking about waste, and we can collaborate on something so big, it becomes bigger than just Antigua and Barbuda. It really becomes something impactful. And I'm just super excited to see all of the pictures and videos. And she literally sent something that was so inspiring. Why limit it to bottle caps? Why not just have it that we can make our flag from recycled material? Like, that is great. Because if we can use anything that can be recycled, like for instance, all of the different chips bags, if we can cut off all the green parts, I can see the Jamaica flag. Like, it's just, the possibilities are endless. And I want Antigua and Barbuda to begin thinking about waste in a different way.
And that's the way you're utilizing the waste to make it
beautiful. And this is why we're here, Dave, because we want to keep telling people, and I will say to anybody, for Good Humans 268, we keep having to do big and bold things because individuals with disabilities are literally at the bottom of the barrel. And I am not in the game of blaming anybody, because this is just the culture that we lived in. Disability has never been, and I'm hoping to change and see a future where it is something spectacular. There is a child that went to school for 5 years, and every time she needed to pee or poo, she had to ask somebody for help, and that is the reality. We have the reality of an officer losing his foot, and every time it pops up on my feed, I share it to raise funds to get a leg. We have Danny who's trying to raise funds. He has a medical condition. We have a situation where we don't have enough ramps in St. John's. We have a situation where the disability unit has been closed for in excess of 2 years now, and that's just because they've been doing renovations. We have a situation where the design of the unit has not been working because we do not have things in place. And what has to happen with Good Humans 268 Inc. is we can never be a regular organization. We have to do we have to do bigger things. We have to do bold things. So when people think of waste and disability, it's not, oh, them they again. No, it's like they're doing something good. And that has been the reaction with people seeing the flag. It's like, oh, that is so beautiful. I'm like, and then they're like, and it's buttercups. And I begin talking about, yeah, it's actual buttercups and they're not painted, and we stick them strategically. And they're like, it's so beautiful. And a lady actually said, like, I would like to have one. And that is the reaction we need from people, that when they begin thinking about waste and then they connect that what we're doing is connected to individuals with disabilities, the reality is change will happen. And I keep calling Dehana's name because I met her when we started the program. She's going to go to secondary school in September, and we do not have an accessible secondary school, and people aren't educated. So today I was speaking to I had the pleasure of speaking to the principal and the vice principal of Princess Margaret, because it is one of the schools that has catered to students with disabilities. And they're like, when they built the ramps are too steep. And I'm like, I know, because when we build ramps in this country, like for instance, the ramp that was built by APOA on Market Street, they just put in the ramp. You didn't do the research, you didn't do proper consultation, and you think that I put in a ramp, but it's not. And then when the principal was really thinking, she's like, but if she's going to go to visual arts, there's a part there the teacher's already skipping over. How would she get to visual arts? And then she started to think, if she was supposed to get upstairs a building, so the conversation moves from, okay, yes, we have an accessible bathroom, yes, there are ramps at Princess Margaret, but the ramps are not efficient, and getting around the compound is going to be a challenge. I have been to the St. Mary's Secondary, Sir Neville Richards Academy, and the Antigua Girls High School. Her vision is to go to Antigua Girls High School, and I had to break her heart.
We break her heart. They just said they got some money to
she
do
can't
over.
go, Dave.
They're going. I don't know what she can't. I'm just telling you what they said. They got some money, right?
To review, they're gonna redo 2 of the buildings.
Princess Margaret, Antigua Girls High School is one. I don't know what it looked like. I'm just saying the government, the administration, got some capital to do those things. So I think maybe, if in conversation, somebody should head to, this is what we're looking for, not for just this child, but for other children.
And Dave, that I want people to know. So while she's she's special to me because I met her when we started our school tour, and at that point she was in grade 4, and I literally, when the principal said to me that there was no bathroom, I'm like, what? My brain was like, what do you mean there's no bathroom? And I'm like, yeah, there's no bathroom. Her mother comes during the break and the lunch to take her to the bathroom, and if her mom can't make it, it's a cleaner or a groundsman. And then she said, her little friends have been helping her down the stairs, and she said she had to call in her friends and be like, I know y'all want to help now, but call an adult. And in my brain just like, what? The next day I was at the Ministry of Education. The next day I was in front of Claiborne. I was in front of the directors, like, what are we doing in this country? And again, I will say, with disability, I met her when it was already 5 years. So it was something that I never knew about. And this has to be why we're riding at the 300 locations. We're going to do Guinness World Book Records. We got to keep talking about it. So when the stories pop up and we begin sharing, people are knowing that, individuals with disabilities really need help. When I was at Princess Margaret today, the vice principal and the principal, they were really assessing that the school isn't accessible because it's more than just the bathroom. She will not have her independence. And the reality is, in 2026, we don't even have one school that is completely accessible, and that is crazy. And
well, that's crazy. Maybe it's in the pocket change that they just got.
So
to refurbish some schools.
I had the pleasure of sitting in the consultation for the Antigua Girls High School, so I have a general idea of what's going to happen. So when we were in the consultation, they said these are not the final plans. So accessibility is in those plans.
Okay, good.
So the idea is the 2 buildings that they're going to put down, they're going to have accessible bathrooms, and you will be able to get to the second floor.
Good, see?
However, that's 2 buildings.
Yeah, so what happens if you go?
So
the whole school?
The whole school did.
Well, I don't know if that in the shorter time is that's
and this
practical.
is why Antigua Girls High School is not the school that she can go, because when you
But it may be good enough for some folks to start, and as they continue to add. You see, I think in positive. If they see the outcome of these 2, then they see the necessity looms that we have to accommodate other children.
I love that. So I've been in several meetings, and I said to somebody in a meeting, Joshua, you sure they're not going to do it in September? I'm going to say, let me tell you something, right? I'm a realistic advocate. I went into the dialect. I say, every time she lives a P and put for 5 years, she had to beg somebody for help. What you tell me about September? Not Nande. If I don't get up and lobby and make noise about it, they will not put, and I'm not bashing, that is just the reality that we live in. Because when you get on the radio, I'm the only one talking about it. I'm the only one who's passionate about it. So the problem is,
no, you're the only one who are vocal. There's other people who are passionate, but we can't hear them.
They can't, okay, and that doesn't.
So you're the voice.
So I am the voice.
So while you're the voice, and I'm looking at the time, speak to them about the caps and how we can get this started.
So the idea for Global Recycling Day, we're going to be at the stadium, and we are going to be sticking buttercups on. I just want you to envision it. We're looking at about 8 plyboards, because they're going to be 2 different signs. We're going to have different sections, and then we're going to put them all together, and they're going to be strategic. So we already have thousands of buttercups already in John Hughes. We're going to move all of them to the stadium, and then we're going to set up some washing stations, because you have to actually wash the covers. And we're also going to be using specific covers, and specific covers, because we've learned in the first set of sculptures that we did, we used different covers. So we used the big Oasis and the small Oasis, and it did not look as nice. So we are going to be using specific covers. So all of the small Oasis $3 bottle covers, we're going to be using those. All of the punch soda, I think the red covers is from Coke. I can't remember what the black covers are from, but the idea is to use those specific covers. So what we need the public to do is to begin saving their covers, because for Global Recycling Day, we're going to be making a very gigantic Antigua and Barbuda flag, and it's an unofficial Guinness World Book Record attempt, and all that we do is to raise awareness about disability in this country.
Okay, so how can folks get in touch with you as far as getting the volunteers?
So the idea is to call us at 789-GOOD. Our phone number again is 268-789-4663, 789-4663, or info@goodhumans268.org. We're on Facebook, we're on Instagram, we're on YouTube. There's actually a playlist on our YouTube showing how we make these buttercup sculptures, and the idea is to do even more to ensure that people know waste is wealth, waste is beautiful, and individuals with disabilities, we need to be bold enough so that legislation can change and we can live in a fair country.
Francis, that's all the time we have. Of course, thanks for bringing and displaying it so the world can see, and they'll get an opportunity when you have all the others, because it will be done. I know you'll get it done.
It will be done.
Stay safe out there. Enjoy the rest of the week and keep on working.
Thank you, Dave, for having us.
We take a commercial break. We'll be right back when we get back with Mr. Ian Magic Hughes.